Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
And welcome here to beautiful Silverbacks Park here in Atlanta, Georgia for this inaugural UPSL Georgia Women's Community Cup match. This is the first time that we've had the women's here in the UPSL Georgia Conference, and we are extremely excited for this to happen. Larry Weaver here alongside Andre Bomar. And Andre, like I was saying, this has been in the making for some time now.
Yes, it has been. It's something we worked really hard on getting going, providing opportunities for pro development for the women. We've done a good job of getting things started with the men and just tried to expand a little bit. So this is a very important day. It's technically a friendly, but there is a cup involved, and it's going to kick off the season for the women that will start in mid-May.
And you can hear by the microphones, it is absolutely blustery here in Atlanta, Georgia. 74 degrees, an absolutely pristine spring almost day, but the wind is gusting over 19 miles an hour. We have storms off to the north and west, and they are just moving like a freight train down 285 right now, and it is going to be a significant factor in this match.
Yeah, it really is. We're fortunate to be able to get this game in. Two of the men's games that were scheduled for later this evening are postponed due to the threat of severe weather. We even have a tornado watch in the Dalton area where we were going to be. But like you said, you can really hear the wind blowing here through our audio system, and I don't expect that to change throughout the game. So it may even affect the play on the day.
These two teams, very familiar in the UPSL Georgia Conference. North Georgia United out of Calhoun, Georgia. They have been around in the men's side doing fantastic in the Premier Division. Forest Rovers, it's been some time since we've seen them, Dre.
Yeah, they had a men's team in our division back in the Division I days before we had a Premier. And they haven't been back yet, but there's plans for them to maybe return. But this is the women's version of the team. And so they're going to start the tradition back in the UPSL. And we're getting ready to start here to get the handshakes underway. Very important day today for the women's division in the UPSL Georgia.
Yeah, the UPSL Georgia division is just growing like gangbusters right now here in the 2025 season. On the men's side, we have two divisions, the Premier Division and Division I. Premier Division has 14 teams. The Division I has 20 teams. Now, this is the inaugural match for the UPSL Georgia Women's Conference. They are going to start their regular season later on this year, Dre.
Right, exactly. So it starts in mid-May. The number of teams is still being determined, but we're going to have one division. Teams. There will be a team out of Tennessee, out of Chattanooga. The rest, I believe, will be in Georgia, one down from Columbus area, the other from the metro Atlanta area.
It's going to be Forest Rovers that are going to get us kicked off here in the first half. They're in the green kits. They're going to be moving from left to right. North Georgia United in the white kits, and they're going to be moving from right to left. Thank you for joining us here on ASMG TV, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us for all the UPSL Georgia content that we have for you this spring season.
And here we go.
And with the blow of the whistle, we kick off the Women's Community Cup.
And this is all brand new, Larry, for both of us and in the UPSL in general. So not sure what we're going to be able to expect in the game today. Already a little bit of a miscue here.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscue there by the Forest Rovers player. It's going to give an opportunity for the first throw from North Georgia United. Racino had it. She's going to lay it off, allow Ambriz to come up with the throw.
And I do wonder, Larry, with this wind, they're going to have to play with the ball on the floor because anything up in the air is going to be taken away.
Yeah, anything up 5 yards or above, it's just going to float in the sky. And we could see, you know, we've seen matches here at Silverbacks Park where the wind will dictate significant patterns.
Yeah, but there is some protection with the stadium structure here, as we can see them coming down the right side here.
It's going to go out for a goal kick.
It's a good venue for the girls here today at Silverbacks Park. It's a good way to kick off the season.
Chastain will get us back underway. Good long ball out from the back for Forest Rovers, controlled. Coming down that left line, but she is going to be offsides. Good attempt there.
Yep. Broke her run just a little early, but she was getting behind the North Georgia players there. Could have been interesting.
Again, this match was originally scheduled for a 3 o'clock kickoff, was moved up because of the weather that is set to come into the Georgia region, if it's not already up in the northwest.
Yeah, North Georgia coming from the Calhoun area, you're probably talking about an hour-and-a-half drive. And you don't want them to go through the storms to get home, the family and friends and players.
Good ball, sent forward, headed, controlled. Here comes North Georgia United into the box. Hit with the left. It's in the back of the net for the first goal for the UPSL Georgia Women's Division.
That's a historic first here. North
Number
Georgia.
9, Bracino.
Nice. Good quick approach play. Really just seemed to overwhelm the Forest Rovers defense there. Just ran past them.
You see here on the replay, a good ball forward right through the central, headed by the defender. Gives Bracino a perfect shot on goal. She hits it with her left and just cannot get down quick enough. Was Chastain back of the net for North Georgia United to give the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, good early lead from North Georgia. They've had competition with UPSL before in friendlies, and they've been well organized and skillful, and it looks like they've maintained that with this quick score in the game today.
That goal coming only in the 3rd minute.
Yeah, you know, Forest Rovers was no slouch. They had a friendly a few weeks ago. I'm not sure exactly which league the team they were playing were coming from, but they scored over 20 goals in that match.
Bracino cuts that ball off for North Georgia, receives the give and go, coming down here on the near line, working through the channel, makes it around the defender, slides it over to Alanes. She gives it to Shelley. Shelley loses possession, tries to challenge, doesn't get it right. This one switched for the Rovers. Working the far channel now. Tries a little stop and go, elects to try to give it to her teammate, but a little too far, allows the North Georgia keeper to collect that ball. Gonzalez will clear it out. And that one just flicked away by the defender for the Rovers for the throw.
See how Forest Rovers is going to respond. It's like they're starting to get themselves settled for a moment. Is there a foul in the middle of the field there? I think a high boot.
Just a little bit of a high boot, nothing more, nothing less. Gonna give, that ball's gonna roll away. You see down on the North Georgia bench, you see the owner of North Georgia United, Jonathan Torres, with his staff.
What a great job he's done with the entire club. I mean, the men's and now the women's team. Very ambitious person there in the Calhoun area.
It's going to be sent long for North Georgia. Chastain's going to get there before everybody else. You can hear that wind just clipping across our field microphone.
Yeah, I'm afraid we're going to have that all game long as the storms approach for later in the day.
Turn that field microphone down a little bit for those watching at home so you don't have to listen to that. Forest Rovers moving over on the far line. Good little give and go. Here we go for Forest Rovers. Here's positive movement. Cleared away by United, number 10, Aldana. Good work by the defender for North Georgia. Back underway for the Rovers.
Oh, it's off.
Offsides for North Georgia United, holding that high line. So far, so good for them here in the first 7 minutes.
Yeah, I have noticed that North Georgia seemed very organized in defense. Even when it looks like Forest Rovers is about to break, they seem to recover very well and close down the player before they can really get into the attack.
Back underway, cut off in center circle by the Rovers. They maintain possession. That one cut off by United. Number 14, Ambrose. She loses possession, and it goes all the way back to the Rovers. Aguilar just sends it back to Chastain. She sends it forward. Rovers maintaining possession for a few moments, just trying to settle themselves into this match, Dre.
Yeah.
She's onside this time, trying to be held off by the defender. And there's a nasty little challenge from Gonzalez. No foul given.
Referee letting them play. I like to see that.
Number 20, Jesserum, was doing her best to hold off that attack by the Rovers.
And fairly done so. It was just a good hard-nosed playing there. Forest Rover coming again. It's got to break down the middle.
Here's an opportunity for the Rovers over the ball, and it's just wide.
Wow.
First real solid opportunity for the Rovers.
Close.
You see that they're starting to find paths within that high defensive line. Take a look again at this opportunity. You see the run coming on, ball given right in the middle. Jesserum let her run, and she just barely pulls that one.
Oh, so close. Good move by Forest Rovers. The best move of the game so far from them.
The two center backs for North Georgia United, Jesserum and number 14, Ambrose, allowed that run by number 12, Castillo, and it was just the ending finish that let her down.
Yeah, couldn't get it on frame, but man, she got herself in position to make a chance for herself. But yeah, I said something about how well organized they were, but like you said, they let that one through.
And it's like a commentator's curse. I said, you know, that high line, you got to be careful because there is a way through, and Castillo showed just that.
Yeah, if you're going to have that high line, you really have to be organized, and you have to be quick as well to recover.
Here's a ball forward. That one's going to be flicked out. Will be the first corner of the match here in the 10th minute. First corner comes for North Georgia United. Another piece to add to that historic bingo card.
Going to be a lot of firsts here today, Larry, for sure. Two very capable teams, as I can see so far. This is our first look at them.
This will be an in-swinger. She calls off the short opportunity. Here comes the in-swinger, back post. Forest Rovers cleared out. as Mother Nature decides to finally let up on the gusty wind for a moment.
Yeah, I'll take that break. Otherwise, I think, Larry, it's a really nice day for this game. Temperature's right.
As an old colleague would say, it's a beautiful day for soccer here in Atlanta. And this is just the beginning, folks, of the UPSL women's division here in the UPSL Georgia Conference.
Yeah, we're all very excited to get this going up.
Here's an opportunity for the Rovers. Get past the defender. She holds up, tries to lift it over the bar, not able to get that on frame, a little too far over the bar.
Really good cut back there, Larry, to come back inside and give herself a chance. Another good opportunity, like you said.
You can see here, this is a good little stop and go from the defender, goes down that far channel. She gets around the defender. She tries to lift it over the keeper, but a little too far, and it goes beyond the goal. Gonzalez gets us back underway here in the 12th minute. With this being not as part of the regular season, here's another opportunity. Off the ball by Ambriz was Castillo, but a foul is going to be called for that, Dre.
Yeah, I was surprised about that, but it's judged to have been a foul, and
Take
gives
a look
a real good
again
opportunity here. Yeah.
At this opportunity. Castillo receives it, and the call is going to come from when number 14, Ambriz, she lifts her shoulder up as she does the block.
Right.
That is why it's called. Shot taken right into the arms of Gonzalez.
She tried to take that quickly and try to surprise the goalkeeper, and almost did.
But it was because that shoulder came up is
right.
why that call was made by the center official. We are moving along with a good clip here in the first 13 minutes. That first goal, the UPSL Georgia women's, comes from number 9, Brasino for North Georgia United in the 3rd minute.
Yeah, we'll have to frame that up and put it on the wall. A historic first in the Georgia Conference UPSL. ASMG TV. Like and subscribe, and you'll get the notice of all the games that we're going to be doing, especially the women's that's coming up in the summertime.
And this UPSL women's division will start late May.
Yep, about mid-May we'll get started.
Chastain trying to find a path through. She's got past 2 defenders, lifts it into the box, headed down. That was an opportunity because the player on the back post had an opportunity, but that header pushes it away from her.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, right now, Forest Rovers, ever since that first goal, they have been in the ascendancy so far in this first half.
Chastain here. She moves past the 2 defenders. She gets into the box. It's a great ball. You would think that header needed to come off the ground a little bit more. That's why she didn't get any power on it.
Yeah, I think she might have mistimed it just a little bit.
Gonzalez gets us back underway. Cut off by Rovers, but back moving out of the North Georgia half. Now North Georgia looking to attack. We'll dink over to Reyes, number 7. It's going to roll out. It'll be a throw for North Georgia. Good ball over the Rovers player. Come back to center circle. Jesserum just sends that forward. It lands all the way into the Rovers goal, and Chastain just lifts it out, gives it to her defender. Davis trying to turn, unable to do so. She's got to go back to her defense. Castillo lays it off. Here comes a ball into center circle. Back and forth between the 2 teams. North Georgia comes away with it for a moment, but lose it again in that center circle.
A little back and forth in the middle of the field here. Both teams still trying to find the rhythm.
Cut off by North Georgia. Trying to find a path through with Shelley, but it's deflected off the Rovers player. They get possession again, though. Alanes, number 23, is fouled basically right at half line. And because this isn't a regular season match, a little bit different in the decision in regards to substitutions for this match, Dre.
Yeah, that's correct. We're going to have basically unlimited subs. However, the stipulation is that if you go off in one half, you can't come back on into the next half. But this gives a maximum amount of trial that, you know, there's some players here that are here for a trial to try to make the team, and they need to be seen. Oh,
Rovers get the ball over the top. Gonzalez trying to stand strong. She falls, gives an opportunity for the Rovers. Oh, and she misses.
No.
An absolute screamer. Wide open goal.
She did everything right until the finish, and she got around the goalkeeper very skillfully. But I tell you what, she pushed the ball out a little wide, and I think that might have made a difference because she did notice that there was a defender coming across, and she might have rushed the shot, and there it goes in.
And here I am showing the last match, and we totally missed it. I apologize. It'll be on the camera.
Yep, we have it recorded on the camera. And what had happened, just to tell you, because I was looking at it through the camera, the goalkeeper was trying to pass it to the defender, was a very weak pass, and the Forest Rover player is right there to pounce on it and then just roll it past the goalkeeper. So it's 1-1.
So sorry for Forest Rovers. We will show it on the highlights. Apologize. As we were showing the last opportunity, and there's the goal coming in the 17th minute.
Yeah, we're going to do a full set of extended highlights from this match. Be available later today, and we'll have the goal there inserted. We don't miss a thing here, I tell you.
We try not to. Here's an opportunity for
eventually.
Rovers, cut off by Jezeram.
Well, that's a turn of events.
That goal was in the 17th minute, was number 9, Ramos Pacheco for Forest Rovers.
And what will that do, Larry, the complexion of this game? You know, North Georgia got a really big moment when they scored early, and that could have turned into something more, you know, when you give up a goal that early. But Forest Rovers got their composure back and started to pressure more. And that goal was coming, Larry. I think that they were knocking on the door before that.
Here comes the first corner for the Rovers. An outswinger from Chastain into the box, cleared away, back in, and that one makes it all the way back. The defender just wanted to see it out, but Chastain forces Fuentes to knock it out, and it'll be the second corner for the Rovers. Here comes another outswinger for Chastain, and she'll get to do it all over again.
3 in a row.
Third time's a charm, into the box, headed down, in the back of the net.
Wow.
What a goal for Forest Rovers. Right on the back post was number 23, Davis.
Wow, beautifully executed. A little question about North Georgia marking there. She had a free header off the corner. There should have been a body on her.
You see this ball, beautiful ball into the back post. She heads it straight into the corner. Nothing Gonzalez could do but watch it go past her. It is 2-1 Forest Rovers.
Yeah, goalkeeper left stranded there. Defenders are going to have to do a better job of marking up on those set pieces like that.
That goal coming in the 20th minute for Davis. 2 goals in 3 minutes for Forest Rovers. Sees them go from a goal down to a goal lead. That one is knocked out by Ferrer, number 3 for North Georgia. It'll be a throw for the Rovers. Trying to make the turn, pushed off by the defender. Allows North Georgia to send it out, relieve some of that pressure that Forest Rovers have started to put on this North Georgia United squad.
Yeah, Larry, they've really taken control here at Forest Rovers.
That one's going to be deflected off of the shin, and it's going to go out for a throw for North Georgia United.
Yeah, you can see the coaching staff for North Georgia discussing what's going on. I'm sure there are going to be some adjustments being made as Forest Rovers seem to have, wrestled control of this match.
Just set forward by United. Winner of this match will lift the Community Cup trophy, the inaugural Community Cup trophy for the UPSL Georgia Women's Division.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to start your game off with some honors to play for.
This one makes it all the way back to Chastain. North Georgia United looking to start a pattern that their friends to the north, Dalton United, have done, really add into a trophy cabinet. North Georgia United still struggling to find that first trophy.
Yeah,
but a real good turnaround for Jonathan Torres and his staff in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Larry, with the men's team, they started out 2 seasons ago in the relegation zone. And there was a reorganization that allowed them to stay in Premier. They made the playoffs, and now this season they're in first place after 2 weeks. And they've been dominating. And 2 players there to look out for, and I don't know how long before somebody comes in and scoops them up, but Ronald Maradiaga and Emmanuel Lum.
Yes.
I mean, these are 2 guys, both of them going to be competing for maybe a golden boot this season, both from the same team.
And that will only enhance this women's team from North Georgia United to have the opportunity to absorb some of that positive energy from their men's squad. Here's a beautiful pass, cut off though by Forest Rovers. Chastain, she's able to get that ball out and finally cleared Castillo with a nice little flick, but didn't have the on-runner of the teammate. Allows North Georgia United to win it back, at least for a moment. No handball given there as that ball just kind of bounced between the 2 players.
Oh, right, that space on that far side again.
Over there.
Oh, look at there.
Good opportunity here for the Rovers. They're building. Number 20, Jezeram, comes in and cuts off that attack. Davis, the captain, lays it off, but she's offsides. Captain for Forest Rovers really trying to take this match over. And here comes the first substitutions of the match for North Georgia United. Tesoro and Escobar are going to come in the match.
Yeah, and you might see these players that are coming off, they probably will come back on in the second half. Trying to get maximum minutes for as many players as possible, which is understandable in a preseason game like this.
Going to give an opportunity for Alanes and Dixon
Forest Rovers will
to get a little bit of instruction from the staff. They'll have an opportunity to come into the match in the second half. Right now, Rovers trying to attack. Castillo trying to win the ball off of Braceno. Able to clear it. Ambriz is is able to pull it off of Castillo. Reyes now battling with the Rovers player. It's going to be knocked out, will be a throw. Here comes a substitution for Rovers. It's going to be Galliano coming on for Turner, number 20. Here's a ball making its way back to Chastain. A little bit of a difficult pass there.
I think there was some indecision at the moment whether to go back to the goalkeeper.
Martinez was kind of two minds there, Dre.
Yeah.
When she gave it to Chastain.
Yeah, that could have been costly with the attacker right there on her shoulder.
Fuentes, she goes over to the far side. Trying to stay onside, able to do.
Flag goes up.
From this side, it looked like they were able to hold it, but that North Georgia United line were able to get the offside trap. Take a look at the referees for today's match. Center official Shiva Rezahi. I'll go for it.
Close enough, man.
Selma Perez, Chala Clark, and Vanessa Rodriguez round out our 4 officials. Thank them for all their work that they do here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. A couple more substitutions ready to go for the Rovers.
Those numbers on the back a little hard to see against that the black on the green there for
the
Forest
black
Rovers.
I haven't said it, but it's a
I
bit
know what you were
difficult at
thinking.
times. That black number on the white jersey, much easier to see.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. And I got the subs coming on now.
A couple more substitutions coming on for the Rovers.
And this is really a good thing. You know, when you have a game like this, you know, you're starting the inauguration of a new league, new teams. It's nice to be able to get more players, more minutes. It gives the coaches a little bit more to assess and get ready for the season proper that starts in May.
Castillo and Aguilar make way.
Oh, not a bad shot there.
Gonzalez able to control it.
I mean, one thing I've noticed, though, Larry, in the last few minutes for Forest Rovers against North Georgia is on that far side, there seems to be a lot of space left open for the runs that Forest Rovers are making, and that's going to have to be closed down. I'm sure the coaching staff is going to look at that and kind of make some adjustments to deal with that.
Offsides again, this time here on the near side.
Got a sub coming on for North Georgia here in a moment.
Number 16, Meiti Garcia is ready to come on.
Let's see who's coming off here. Number 8. Too far down this left side. It's going to go out. It's going to be a Forest Rovers throw here. But they did have a little space there. Just got that pass out a little too far.
Just rolling into the 30th minute.
This half is really flying by.
Kind of like the wind. Rovers trying to get something going forward.
Oh, look at it. All that
Onside
space.
and tons of space
I'm
out
telling
there.
you, they got to close that down.
Sliding across into the channel. Not able to receive it. Just enough of a bump from Jezeram.
I'm not sure why so much space is being allowed out there on that far side, but it's giving a lot of freedom to Forest Rovers to make those runs.
You see here on the replay, just a bit of a touch from the defender to work that ball off, and it is going to get knocked out by North Georgia for another corner for the Rovers. Number 4. See who takes it this time, since Castillo is out of the match for now. Looks to be Fuentes, number 14. It's going to be another outswinger. To the back post again, this time not able to get it to Davis. North Georgia able to clear. Rovers going to have to go back to the defensive line to reset. Tried to dink it over the top, not able to pull it off. And that one will be knocked out, will be a throw for Forest Rovers.
I tell you what, the dominant side is Forest Rovers right now after that quick start by North Georgia.
Good shielding there from Aldana, number 10 for North Georgia United. Ferrer, she's going to try to send it forward, cut off by the Rovers. North Georgia trying a little bit of pressure.
It's going to roll out there.
Good showing for both of these two teams so far here in these first 32 minutes.
Yeah,
goals coming in the 3rd minute, the 17th minute, and the 20th minute. 2-1 is the score. Forest Rovers over North Georgia United. That one will be knocked out, will be a throw for the Rovers. Again, here at Silverbacks Park in Atlanta, Georgia.
A little equipment issue resolved. Well-known park here, Silverbacks Park in Doraville, Georgia. It's a metro Atlanta suburb, basically. But if you talk to people from Doraville, they consider this their own city, not Atlanta. A lot of pride up here.
Back to the defense of the Rovers. Trying to reset. Got several players in an offside position, are going to have to just let that ball roll all the way back to Gonzalez.
Oh, gee.
And Gonzalez just nicks it out and makes it a throw.
Not sure she needed to do that. I know it's out of abundance of caution, but I think you would have sent that ball sending down the field.
Back and forth. And that's a dangerous decision there by number 20, Jesram, as should have just let Gonzalez grab that ball and get back underway, or let it roll out for a goal kick.
It shades to the second goal that happened. And they're going to have to be careful not to let those lapses come in like that, because you play in front of your own goal, then of course you're asking for trouble.
Gonzalez gives it to Ferrer. Ferrer immediately under pressure is able to relieve it, but right into Rovers' possession. Here's a beautiful ball for the Rovers. Controls it, hits it, deflects off of Shelley. Just able to hold it in play is the Rovers. Gets
nice
around the
move
one
in.
player, not able to get around the second. Cleared away by United. Will be a throw. Right now, Rovers just turning the pressure up on United.
They really are.
Here's another ball. She is onside.
Onside.
She tries the left, tries to turn, put it in on frame, right into the possession of Gonzalez.
Yeah, she might have rushed that shot. It had a little bit more time than she realized. Good turn.
Good turn by North Georgia United. Shelley, she's fouled. bit of a nick on that left ankle. Gonna walk that off. Back underway here in the 36th minute. Cut off by Forest Rovers. Sent forward from Davis.
She might
down
get that.
into that corner. She's just gonna make it.
Help arriving.
In a beautiful spot for the Rovers. Shot taken. Gonzalez with a great save
good
for
save.
North Georgia United.
Decent shot, great save. Yeah, North Georgia largely on the back foot at the moment. They're going to have to grab some and keep some of the possession. They're losing it too easily, allowing Forest Rover to have a lot of possession and spent most of the time in the North Georgia half of the field.
Be a goal kick for Chastain. It's been a moment since she's touched the ball. Headed, but she'll be offside.
Offside. Yeah. Flag is up. The thing about this league, Larry, is just widening the opportunities for the ladies to get on to the next level, just like the men. You need these types of things. Not everybody's going to go through college to get to the next level. And as we saw from Anthony Sumo's interview with Soccer Down Here's Jason Longshore, that pathway can come through the UPSL.
Absolutely. Underway here in the 38th minute. Forest Rovers. Davis able to stay on. Now here's another opportunity for the Rovers.
Cut in.
Trying to get around the two defenders. She's going to have to come back. Give it another try.
Just trying to find somebody to help her out there, but she was kind of isolated over there by the North Georgia defenders.
Like you said, over and over again, the Rovers are finding positive space on that far channel.
Tons.
Good turn from the Rovers player. She gets around Shelley, a flick forward. Here's an opportunity for the Rovers. Into the box, hit with the left, just pulled wide.
And she knows it too. That should have been another goal. So close.
Take a look really quick at this replay. She makes it around the two defenders. She's just trying to spot it into that side netting, and she just pulls it about a yard wide.
Still a tight game, although Forest Rovers is the team that's applying all the pressure. North Georgia has already shown that they can strike quickly.
North Georgia United with the first women's goal in the UPSL Georgia Conference. The third minute from number 9, Bracino. Knocked out will be a throw for North Georgia. Trying to control it. Good ball forward for North Georgia. Here's the first real opportunity in a while, but Chastain shuts that down. You can see those corner flags just gusting in the wind. If you can't hear it on our mics.
Yeah, Larry, and it's a gusting wind. It's not a continuous one. It comes and goes. And that's got to play havoc with the players. They're gonna, like I said earlier in the game, they're gonna have to keep it low, maybe on the floor, instead of trying to go any long balls over the top.
Just not able to release the ball, but she wins it back for Forest Rovers. Davis trying to do so, cut off. Here's an opportunity for the Rovers. They made it through. Shot taken and just nicked by the defender, and it's going to be a corner. That had an opportunity for the goal if it wasn't for that last second nick off of the defender.
Desperate defending.
You see here really quickly, this ball bouncing around. And then right there at the last second, it'll be an in-swinger from the Rovers, punched away by Gonzalez. That one's go over the bar.
It's turning into a shooting gallery for North Georgia. Against North Georgia here.
Yeah, Forest Rovers with 5 corners so far this half. Only 1 for North Georgia United. Gonzalez will get us back underway in the 41st minute. We'll see if we'll have any stoppage time.
Yeah, we should get an indication from the 4th official when that happens.
Chastain sends it back forward. Rovers, a bit of a foul there by the United player. Trying to kind of press there just a little bit. Going to get called by the center official. Got to give that player 10 yards of space to send that ball forward.
That's coming back.
She was trying to press down just a little too much there.
Yeah, for all their dominance, Larry, Forest Rovers is still just a 1-goal lead. And with that, anything can happen if North Georgia get their scoring boots back on like they had in the first 3 minutes. This game could be level, but right now they got to play defense.
Here comes another ball. Jezerum
wanting
wanting Gonzalez to come out, not able to get it. That's going to be a handball committed by the Rovers player.
I think there was a lack of communication there. I think the center back thought that the goalkeeper was going to come for it, and she didn't. And so she had a fight on her hands right there at the top of the arc.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest challenges of a new developing team, Dre, is just that on-field communication between the lines.
Yep. We're seeing that in the men's division with the new SSL FC team. A lot of skill on the pitch, but they're not a team yet.
Called for the push in the back was number 9, Bracino. Allows Forest to move numbers forward here in the 43rd minute. She sends it long, but Gonzalez is going to run it down.
A little too much. I think Gonzalez has done a good job in goal for North Georgia. I think the failing so far, or the challenge is that the defense is not completely organized yet.
You know, we talked about it. They're continuing to try that high line, and Rovers are finding those gaps and exposing.
Yeah, if you're going to play a high line like that, you really have to be aware. And you can't leave those gaps through the middle, which you've seen, although, yeah, or on that far side, it's been like nothing but acres of yardage available. And I see our referee assigner, Patrick Rocha, arriving. He'll probably be the one.
The festivities of this match.
Yep.
Davis trying to hold off for Chastain. She misses. Slut hits the post.
Oh!
Still in play. Out of the back of the net. Out for a goal kick. That should have been a goal for North Georgia United.
You know, it's one of those balls that comes to you and you think you're surprised to see it. And so surprised you don't take your time to finish properly.
And Chastain, she hasn't had a lot of work back there lately. And you see she just makes the mistake between her and Davis.
Well, she got away with one there.
45th minute. We'll see what kind of stoppage time we're going to get, if any. Foul committed by the Rovers. No extra time. We will end right at the 45th minute mark. And we will end the first 45 of the UPSL Women's Community Cup for UPSL Georgia. Forest Rovers 2, North Georgia United 1. Let's talk a little bit about just overall thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm just very happy that the game is getting on. This is something we've been working on for a couple of years at the very least. I know a lot of the teams know very well that how difficult it is to start a league like this. But on the game itself, you got two capable teams, and I think that North Georgia, who had to travel further to get here, they jumped on the game early, got that early goal, but they've been under pressure ever since then. Forest Rover has done a good job of putting pressure on them. They've been finding those gaps, like you said, and the spaces to exploit. And that's something I think the coaching staff is going to be talking about at the halftime here.
Well, that'll do it for our first 45. We'll step away and give you an opportunity to get something to drink, something to eat. We'll be back bringing you the second half here at Silverbacks Park. It's Forest Rovers 2, North Georgia United 1. Welcome back here, Silverbacks Park in Atlanta, Georgia, for the UPSL Georgia Conference Women's Division Community Cup inaugural 2025 season. Larry, we were here alongside Andre Bomar. And Dre, it was a fantastic 45 minutes. First goal of the UPSL Georgia Women's Conference coming in the 3rd minute to number 9, Bracino for North Georgia United, followed up in the 17th minute by number 9, Ramos Pacheco, and number 20, in the 20th minute, number 23, the captain for Forest Rovers, number 23, Davis.
Yeah, after the first 3 minutes when you saw North Georgia scored that early goal, you thought, well, this could be turning their way. They'll have all the influence. But Forest Rovers came right back and started to apply the pressure. And they haven't let up since that time. So it's been Forest Rovers' game so far. We'll see what kind of adjustments were made at halftime by the coaching staff at North Georgia. But they're going to have to do something about that far side space that they're leaving open for those runs by Forest Rovers.
That high defensive line for North Georgia United being exposed throughout that first 45 minutes. The big key for this match, 76 degrees. It's that 17-mile-an-hour winds, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. And you can tell just how much that has changed the complexity of this match. Take a look at that American flag just blowing in that wind. Has really dictated the pace of the ball at times.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said earlier, I think there's one of those instances where they're going to have to learn how to play with the ball on the floor, because, you know, getting that ball up in the air is just going to send it any which way with this gusting wind that's out there.
Just about get underway, North Georgia United, and there's the buzzer. North Georgia United getting us kicked off there in the white kits. They're moving from left to right. Forest Rovers in the green top, black shorts, moving from right to left.
Special shout out to Patrick Roach here, Division I manager and helping with Premier and the women. He's also our referee assigner.
Gonzalez clearing that ball for North Georgia United. As we said earlier, one of our old colleagues would say it's a beautiful day for soccer. Little bit of wind, though.
Yeah, we're going to get Patrick on one of our podcasts this week. We're going to go over some coverage for Division I and also maybe even talk about the referees and the challenges they have in working at this level.
As the UPSL Georgia Men's Division I is going to kick off here next week.
Yeah, we've got 20 teams there in 2 groups of 10, and it's going to be an amazing competition in Division I this season. We got 2 coming up from Division I at the end of the season, 2 relegated from Premier.
Men's Premier Division is in week 3 this weekend. Their season is going to be ending just about when these women kick off their regular season. There's going to be onside for North Georgia United. She tried to flick it. Being knocked out will be a corner for North Georgia United. Their first corner in quite some time. Second one of the match for North Georgia United.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that came off of the defender or not.
See here on the replay as this ball flicks off of the midfielder, and North Georgia United send it just able to stay onside, and it just kind of comes off of the defender out for this corner. Being on the far side, it's going to be an in-swinger for North Georgia United. Sent high into the air. Not able to head it down is Braceno, but it's going to deflect off and back in. Laid off, hit, deflected, and it finds it into the back of the net for North Georgia United to tie this match up 2-2.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that beautiful, but it counts. He went in, and that's the whole thing. Perfect start to the second half for North Georgia.
By any means possible for North Georgia United. You see this ball bouncing around in the box, sent back in by Ferrer. It bounces around. Ferrer hits it, deflects off of the defender, and goes into the back of the net for the 2-2 tie.
Brand new game. Will that spur on North Georgia?
Ferrer scoring in the 47th minute for North Georgia United, ties it up 2-2.
I have noticed a little bit of a difference there, on that far side there. They are covering it a little bit better.
Going to be another corner for Forest Rovers. This will be their 6th of the match.
Important for them to mark up correctly.
Castillo sends it in, grabbed by Gonzalez. Great work by the keeper for North Georgia United there. Not making any options here, trying to clear the space.
Oh, collision there. It's going to be a foul.
Reyes will be called for the foul on Chastain. She was really closing down on the defender.
There seems to be a little indecision, Larry. When those balls go over the top like that, the goalkeeper and the defenders, for both teams, don't seem to be communicating, and there's some hesitation that's causing some of these incidents to happen, I think.
Forest Rovers get us back underway here in the 50th minute. Into center circle, Davis finds a great little ball forward to Flanagan. Knocked off the ball, out for a Rovers throw. Now the question for the viewers at home, they say, well, what happens if this ends in a draw?
Well, we'll go straight. We're not going to do extra time. We'll go straight to penalty kicks. And then that will determine the trophy winner.
Flanagan again. She's trying to send it forward. Cut off by North Georgia United. Jezeram. But here's a beautiful ball for Castillo. She's going to get there. Holds off. Hits it. Just pulls it wide. Castillo has had eyes for the goal all match.
She really has striker's instinct. When she gets the ball, it's all about, we need to get the ball on target. She's taking a shot.
See, as this is a beautiful pass forward for her in open space. She receives it, works around the defender, hits it, doesn't miss by much. Give Gonzalez a chance to get back underway. The wind is basically going from far side to near side, but at somewhat of a diagonal angle.
Yeah, it's like sort of a crosswind almost.
Yeah.
Running diagonally across the field, which makes it doubly hard to put the ball in the air for any reason.
It's almost, depending on where you're at on the pitch, you're getting it from a different, almost like a swirl.
Swirling,
It's
yeah,
really
swirling around in the stadium. You can see by the corner flag there.
Because you can
How
see,
strong, look at her, it's pushing it over.
but you can see on the near side flags, they're blowing towards us.
Yeah.
But on the far side, they're blowing across
away.
field.
Yeah, cross field, yeah.
Oh, and there's a nasty little challenge there. Flanagan looks to be okay.
Oh, yeah, down by the Forest Rovers bench area.
Got to pull
Move that
some of the equipment.
equipment out of the way, yeah.
As the teams are set up here on the near side. Normally they'd be set up on the far side. Here's a great opportunity for the Rovers. Gonzalez able to get there in time. Flanagan. Ooh, what a ball from Flanagan for the Rovers. Into the box, hit, saved by Gonzalez.
Oh, good save.
Castillo still has an opportunity right into the arms of Gonzalez. That was a wonderful pass from Flanagan. Over to the far side. North Georgia United now. What can they do? Deflected off of the Rovers. Will be a corner for North Georgia. That one deflecting off of Davis. This will be the third corner of the match for North Georgia United.
Yeah, this is better from North Georgia, Larry. A little bit more active, a little bit more organized. And they're getting their opportunities now where they didn't have them in the first half after that first goal.
Center official, she wanted to take it here on the near side. The center official's like, no, that's on the far side.
She's like, hey, but this side's closer.
Yeah. Alanes
I'm with you there.
And the wind is kind of originating from behind Alanes. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. It's swirling about. You know, you're looking in different areas of the stadium, and the flags are all flying in different directions.
Here comes an in-swinger from Alanes. Holding up in the box, headed away by Rovers. A little too far. Jesserum sends it back forward. Alanes is in an offsides position, so she doesn't go after it. Castillo tries to flick it forward. Cut off. Aldana knocks it out. Will be a throw for the Rovers. Here comes North Georgia United again. Good little turn there. And this one, a little bit of help from the wind to make its way to Gonzalez.
Yeah, you see, Larry, that's that move that worked so well for Forest Rovers in the first half, and it looks like some adjustments have been made by North Georgia, and they're not allowing that so far this second half.
Not calling for a handball there, just a incidental tick. And that is a nasty little bump there on number 7, Reyes. Going to earn the foul for North Georgia. She was okay. She jumped right back up, back underway quickly. Trying to get it forward to Bracino, the goal scorer, but just a little too quick and a little too fast for her. She wasn't ready for it. Be a goal kick for Forest Rovers.
Yeah, it looked like she might have caught the Forest Rovers defender snapping a little bit, but I think she caught her own attacker napping a bit too. And got away from all of them. Yes, the referee's going to let that go. That ball wasn't stationary.
Just coming from this wind. Thank everybody who is watching on UPSL, on ASMG TV, on YouTube, and also on our Rumble channel. This is the UPSL Women's Georgia Conference
Spilled that.
Community Cup, the inaugural Community Cup, as the women's inaugural season will kick off in May 2025. There will be a women's national tournament and national champion this season.
Very excited. Oh,
Here's an opportunity for North Georgia United. Lay it off. Shot. Oh, it's in the back of the net for North Georgia United. What a beautiful team effort there for North Georgia to take the lead 3-2.
wow. What about that, Larry? Came in. A little bit laziness on the Forest Rovers defender's part, but boy, did North Georgia take advantage of it.
Take a look at this opportunity. Great work between the team for North Georgia United. Deflects into the box, lays it off, and just laces it into the side netting for the 3-2 lead here in the 58th minute.
Well, the story has changed now. North Georgia in the ascendancy. Forest Rover going to have to play catch up.
Be a goal kick for Gonzalez. Taken short. Over here to the near side. That one is knocked out, will be a throw.
A little help from spectators here.
Grab that ball, that UPSL ball. Come the kickoff of the season, they will be using the brand new match ball of the UPSL conference. Voigt
Yep, that is the official sponsor ball for the UPSL. They provide the balls for Liga MX and now the UPSL.
Castillo trying to get around the defender, Jezerum, and a foul is going to be called on Jezerum.
A little too much jostling there, just outside the area.
Just outside the line. Take a look at this one more time. You see as this ball, as Castillo, she gets a little bit of a bump from Jezerum, and that is why the foul is called.
Oh.
Just get it out of the box. Nice little flick with her right boot to get that in on frame.
It's setting up to be an exciting women's season this season. And these two teams, of course, will be in it. This is a invitational tournament, a community cup, but in the future it'll feature a cup, a regional cup, as well as a regular season for the girls to compete for. Same thing for the men.
Gonzalez grabs that one.
Man, this has been a game of two halves, you know, as the old cliche goes.
That goal in the 57th minute was Reyes, I believe. It was either Reyes or Dixon. Actually, I believe it may have been Dixon, number 2.
We'll have to review
We
the
will
video.
go back and look at that
It's the offside.
after the fact. Nevertheless, it is 3-2, North Georgia United over Forest Rovers FC here at Silverbacks Park for this inaugural Women's Community Cup in the UPSL Georgia Conference.
Yep.
Be a throw for North Georgia.
Yeah, for those tuning in, we did have to move the game earlier due to the threat of storms later this evening. North Georgia's traveling from quite a ways, and for safety's sake, we wanted to make sure they got home safely before the storm started.
Jessam, is she going to be able to hold off Castillo? She is not. Castillo gets around her. Castillo gets around Gonzalez. Still has the ball. It's in the back of the net for Castillo for the brace and for the tie here at Silverbacks Park. 3-3.
Great run, Larry. Got behind the defender, outran her, and then slotted it past the goalkeeper who committed and missed. What a great equalizer.
You see this ball. It is a perfect ball for Castillo, and Jezerum cannot keep up with her. She gets around her. She gets around Gonzalez. This time she's just able to place it into the back of the net for the brace, for the 3-3. What a goal that time for Castillo. Now it's getting interesting as we're going back and
time.
forth. 63rd minute for Castillo.
Back and forth game so far.
I believe.
Whoa.
Here's an opportunity for the Rovers. Called offside.
Off.
I could have swore that Castillo had another goal earlier. It was Ramos Pacheco who had the first goal.
Yeah, I think that was her first.
Ramos Pacheco, that was her first.
Yep.
I give you credit for one, Castillo.
Hey, you got it right in the end.
An opportunity to get another one.
You got it right in the end, though. Okay, the credits are the right ones, you know. She can still get a second.
She
She's
sent
been
that.
lively
What
over
it
there.
is she sent that beautiful ball in for that header from Davis.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it got a little crazy there.
Yeah,
3-3 here at Silverbacks Park. It has been very entertaining for this inaugural Community Cup.
Yep. Got overcast skies, clouds moving in here. Prelude to the storm that we're expecting later today.
The two men's matches that were going to be played in the Premier Division up north have been called off. Castillo not able to get to that one. The men's North Georgia United team was going to be home to FC Columbus Elite. That match has been postponed. Dalton United was going to be playing at Dalton High School. That game has been postponed.
Yeah, both of those opponents, Columbus was headed up that way, and Georgia Revolution.
They were going to be coming up from McDonough.
Right, McDonough and Columbus. So those are 3-hour trips one way, and they'd be going home in weather that's purported to be violent thunderstorms and possible tornado.
That's what I had back home in the Midwest, not here in Atlanta.
That was normal weather for you.
That was just what we call Tuesday.
That's just a little breeze for you guys.
That'll be the end of the match for number 20 Turner for Forest Rovers.
Put in a good shift.
North Georgia control it. Good turn there by Reyes. No cards issued here in this match so far. Let's see if commentator's curse cannot be given.
You said it, not me.
Castillo with a nice sliding challenge on
nice one.
Ambriz. Knocked out will be a throw for North Georgia United.
Yeah, Castillo's been very active up and down the field there, and probably going to be a key player for Forest Rovers once the season starts.
As Dre told you earlier, if this match ends in a draw, we will go straight to penalties. No extra time.
Yeah, normally you would have extra time. I think under the circumstances, we're going to go straight to penalties.
Offsides there for North Georgia United.
So the Community Cup will be, the women's season, unlike the men, will for now be one season a year. But eventually it'll move to 2 seasons, just like the men. And there will be a Community Cup every season as a preseason opener.
This is just the beginning. The UPSL is growing. That ball stayed in, did not go over the line. We had an opportunity just a few weeks ago to talk to the commissioner of UPSL, Jan Squire. Stated over 650 teams nationwide in the UPSL throughout the conferences and throughout the divisions. Over 25,000 registered players.
It's amazing, the size and the opportunities that are there. And like we said earlier, I think in America it's always been thought you have to go through college to be seen to get to a professional contract. That was the pathway, but no longer with the way the UPSL is constructed. And of course, that interview with Anthony Sumo, formerly of Kalonji Pro Profile, now with the Carolina Core USL Pro, it really shows the difference. And the opportunities that are available now, and that's going to stretch to the women as well now.
You took the words out of my mouth, Dre. This is going to enhance women's soccer here in the United States by leaps and bounds. One of the things that has been really held back in soccer in the United States has been the women.
Right.
They really haven't had a lot of paths into the professional ranks.
It was all college. And as we know, working with the men, the majority of your talent is not in college, actually. It's everywhere else. It's on the street. It's in these smaller leagues. And, going through the UPSL, it's a 4th-tier league, but it's, like you said, 650 players, tens of thousands of players in that area. You're going to find diamonds in the rough. And you have, players like Anthony Sumo and Kareem Tamimi coming in and making it to the next level.
And now that we're seeing the growth and the popularity of the women's league in the NWSL, those teams need homegrown talent, and that is going to come from this UPSL women's conference.
And the cool thing about it, and we talked about this with the commissioner, Jan Squara, of, even for clubs, for players, for fans, for sponsors, it's an affordable way to get really good high-level competition going in the sport. You're not paying an arm and a leg for a franchise, tag like you do in some other leagues. And so you can concentrate actually on the game and building your relationship with the community. And I think Jonathan Torres is a fantastic example of that with North Georgia.
Trying to get that ball to Castillo. She has been a one-woman wrecking crew here for the Forest Rovers in the second half. Shot taken long. That one's going to be wide, out for a goal kick. Castillo has been the path of attack for Forest Rovers. She has found the path of least resistance throughout that defense of North Georgia these first 20 or so minutes.
Yeah, and I think we see a player there that is going to be a player to watch for the season this summer for Forest Rovers.
Coming over here to the near side. Flanagan lays it off, but that's cut off by the on-running North Georgia United player. Didn't really give her teammate a lot of opportunity to do anything with that ball, as she was posted up basically right on the sideline. So it's going to be a corner for Forest Rovers, the 7th of the match here in the 71st minute. 7 corners for Forest Rovers, only 3 for North Georgia. Here comes the in-swinger. And he holds up in the air, headed down, cleared away by North Georgia. Any type you can hear on our microphones, just the gust of the wind here.
Yeah, it's strong. I'm near the camera, and I'll tell you, you have to really brace yourself to stand up here.
Jesram able to get that ball out of the box for North Georgia. That was a good little flick forward from Soberera, number 17 of the Rovers. Makes it centrally in the pitch, and she's knocked down. It's going to be a foul committed by number 7, Reyes. It's going to be a good opportunity for the Rovers. You're looking at about 40-ish yards out, and you're looking right about in the middle of the pitch here, Dre. It's going to be a good opportunity for them.
Yeah, you can definitely get it up and down in time. Just need the power.
On the ground, got it to Castillo, but she's not able to get through the 2 defenders, but she still wins it. She makes her way around, trying to get that into the box. North Georgia relieved the pressure for a second. Castillo just dancing her way wherever she wants with that ball. Laid off, but cut off by North Georgia. Now they can counterattack. That's going to be a handball committed by Aldana, number 10, as that was just to protect her face. Nothing that she can do. Got to get it called for that. This ball almost identical to the last one, Dre.
Yeah, almost the same spot. I wonder if they'll try to get to Castillo. She has a person marking her.
Right into the arms of Gonzalez, and she'll roll it out.
Sufficient enough power, just right at the goalkeeper. Oh, spun out.
Not able to get anything on that ball, knocked out for a throw. Flanagan with the throw in, not the best throw in, but couldn't. That ball wasn't behind her head the best. It was more kind of a push throw than a. Rovers clear it. Flanagan not able to get there into center circle, but it's going to make its way all the way back defensively to Gonzalez. She sends it back into center circle.
Oh, nice move.
Good control of the ball. She's not able to get it forward, but she sends it enough in the air, allows Bracino to control it at least for a moment.
I mean, just the audacity to attempt that was pretty amazing to see.
Bracino gets us back underway. Alanes and Bracino just trading passes. Ferrer, Bracino. Trying to decide where she's going to go with it. Alanes tried to move it forward, but she was off sides. Another substitution coming on for Rovers. Aguilar is going to come back on. Again, like we said, in this match, because we're not in regular season form, each team is allowed to sub the same players once per half, but if you're subbed in the second half, you are done. So that will be the end of the day for number 16, Aguilar. And she is replaced by number 24, which also happens to be Aguilar. Chastain sends it forward, allows her defender to move forward. Rovers moving the ball well here in the 76th minute. Over to Castillo. She's got space, hits it right into Gonzalez, and she's going to fall out of play, and it's going to be a corner for Force Rovers. That'll be their 8th of the match.
Gonzalez has been very busy during this game.
It'll be an outswinger from Castillo. See if she goes high or low. High is the call. Headed. That time Davis cannot get that one right. That was how she got her goal in the 20th minute. In that exact form on that back post. That time she just couldn't get it on frame.
Yeah, she was still looking at doing the same thing there. Just couldn't quite direct it. It came close.
Defender sends it out of the goal kick for North Georgia. That one bounces off of Jezerum. And that ball had an idea for goal, but it hits the top bar and bounces out for a goal kick.
Guess she thought maybe it was worth a shot there, and it almost paid off for her.
Gonzalez gets us back underway, headed forward by Aldana, but that allows Aguilar to send it forward, but it's going to be out for a throw. Here in the 78th minute, 3-3 is our score.
Oh, it's got some space out here to the left. If you can find her, and she has.
Here comes Flanagan. Flanagan! Oh, she hits the side netting out for goal kick. That was a great opportunity. Flanagan just needed to get that on frame.
Yeah, you can see that developing. She made that run down the left side. She had beaten her marker, but was a bit wide and couldn't make that angle when she took the shot.
Gonzalez smartly sends that ball on the ground as Mother Nature decides to send us another gust of wind.
Yeah, this is a strong gust here.
That ball hangs in the air for Bracino. She's able to move it forward to Reyes. Reyes gives it off for Bracino. She's making her way past the defender, hits it, pulls that one wide, out for a goal kick. That gusting wind kind of helped with that play. As you see here on the replay, this ball, as Bracino is sending it to Reyes, she makes it into the box. Just not able to keep that in towards the goal, out for a goal kick here in the 79th minute. Still 3-3. Will we go to penalties? That one is going to find its way back to Gonzalez. It's been a cracker of a match so far, Dre.
Yeah, it really has. Back and forth. Very even match. But a match that's going kind of ebbed and flowed between the two teams. One would get ahead and get on top, then the other one would come and do the same.
That one is going to roll out for a throw for Forest Rovers. Again, thank you for watching here on ASMG TV, whether you're watching on our YouTube channel or on our Rumble channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see all of our live content as well as interviews, podcasts, and highlight packages. Jezeram trying to run that down. Castillo coming up on her, wins it. Castillo's done that again and again to Jezeram. She lays it off. Not able to get past Shelley. A layoff again, moves, deflected.
Oh.
What an opportunity for the Rovers. Chastain has just been a thorn in the side of Jezeram all of the second 45, Dre.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see her just work that side, and they're having a handful dealing with her.
See, they laid it off, and just enough of a deflection here sees it out for this corner yet again from Chastain. Number 9, outswinger. This one a little bit farther at the top of the box, trying to turn, not able to do so. Still in control though. Shot taken, that one's going to be wide. Jezeram has just, she doesn't have someone telling her that Chastain is coming, and she just has so much speed. She's just making her way around her,
yeah.
Again and again.
It's something that happened for a bit in the first half because they had that space available. Now they have closed it, but she's still managing to get past and behind the defenders.
Gonzalez moves it over here to the far side, or near side, excuse me. Ariola sends it forward. Aldana. Flanagan is going to go back to Chastain. That one will be deflected off of Alanes. Bracino, Alanes. Good ball forward. Is Bracino going to get there? She's going to be called offsides.
Flag goes up. Have no whistle yet.
No call from the center yet. And it still finds its way out. It's still at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it still ends the same way.
She finally got the attention. The fourth official got her attention that the flag was up, and so they're going to go back and give the free kick to Forest Rovers at the spot where the offside was.
Back underway here in the 83rd minute. Flanagan receives it, trying to work her way around Shelley. And that one will hit the side netting and out for a goal kick.
Didn't quite get a hold of that the way she wanted to. Got more subs coming back on.
Substitutions from both squads. That will be the end of the day for a couple more girls.
It's been a good outing for all of the girls out here.
You can see number 11, Shelley for North Georgia United, with a brace on her left ankle. Immediately took the boot off.
Another gust of wind blowing through. Getting discerningly darker, too, with the cloud cover coming.
We only have 6 minutes left of regular time. We'll have we had no extra minutes of stoppage time in the first half. We'll see if we have any in the second. I wouldn't expect it. I would expect we probably will go straight to penalties.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much added. It hasn't really stopped for very much for anything. There have been a couple goals.
We'll go
3 goals.
into goal kicks, or spot kicks, excuse me.
Right, yep. No extra time today in the cup match. It's going to go straight to penalties. And like I say, spot kicks, and that'll determine the trophy unless somebody can snag a late one here.
We've got a pretty trophy sitting right behind us, ready to be handed out after this match concludes.
A race. Oh, expertly
Flanagan
done.
runs that down. Still onside. Jezerum just enough of a bump on the Rovers player to allow Gonzalez to win the ball for North Georgia United. She clears it out. We're in the 86th minute.
Gonzalez very brave and smart to come for that when she did. Any more hesitation would have given the attacker a little bit more time to get on the ball.
Foul committed. It'll be a Rovers ball. This one's about 45-ish yards out.
It's a bit far for a direct, but if she can get it to a teammate.
She can get that ball up in the air and get assisted from Mother Nature.
Yeah, that's true.
That one bounces right off back of the head of one of her own teammates. Allows North Georgia United to try to counterattack. Good cut off of the pass from the Rovers. This ball just nicked off of the pass to Flanagan. Areola, number 12, just able to get a touch on it for North Georgia United. But Rovers earned the throw. Again, another one of those suspect throw-ins.
Yeah. I talked about that over the weekend with the men's game. Some of those borderline throw-ins that could be foul throws sometimes aren't called.
It's one of those rules in the game that is kind of allowed to have some gray area.
Well, like the 8-second rule for goalkeepers.
That's going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to sit down with Patrick Roach and talk about that new rule and get his take on it from a referee's perspective.
Oh, you mean like the corner kick awarded for? Yeah.
I see positives and negatives both ways.
I see abuse potential.
Yes. Not yet able to do anything with these consecutive throws. This will be about the 4th throw-in for the Rovers.
Boy, that looks those
able to finally get it into the box. Good cut, hit.
Oh,
Just nobody there on that back post that's got enough height.
The whisker away, almost bent that in. Is that 1 minute? 1 minute extra time. I think the center ref just
it's
indicated.
88th minute right now.
Still time for a winner.
That ball will be knocked out by the Rovers. It'll be a throw for North Georgia, deep in the Rovers' 3rd.
I guess we're just going to let those throws go.
Yeah, it's Alanes fouled right
tripped
on the edge of the box. She is going to be less than a yard away from it.
Boy, it was close to a penalty. I don't think she meant to, but she got her legs tangled and turned away from the player with the ball, and that brought her down, and then left no choice for for the referee to call that.
This is going to be mere inches out of the box on that far side.
Literally on the edge of the box.
see there. Alanes over the ball. Just too much power on that ball. 90th minute. Again, 1 minute of stoppage time. 1 minute.
So if it's going to happen, it's going to have to happen now. Otherwise, we go to spot kicks.
Rovers. Ariola cuts that ball out, sends it forward. Escobar loses it, still pressing. Flanagan, cut off. Reyes.
Ooh.
Over.
Oh, she turned back into the pressure.
Aldana trying to send it forward, cut off. Rovers defending well. Makes her way through two United players, able to get the ball over to the far line. Now it is Castillo against Jezeram again. Lays it off into Central. A little too much on it.
Still in.
Still in play. Back in, and that one will be out and off the side netting. Castillo again around Jezeram. And she gets it centrally, but it has too much height on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow her teammate to control it. Fuentes, number 14.
Mishit, actually, and then ballooned up too high.
Flanagan not able to turn on that ball, but she still has possession. She gets through two defenders. Now she's on the third, trying to hold her off. It's sliding across. Nobody there. Oh, my. The Rovers could have put it away right then and there.
Oh. All it needed was a tap in. And it's going to be North Georgia throw.
Ferrer just saw that ball out for a throw as we're in stoppage time. That it can be called at any moment.
So up to the center.
And just like that, we go to spot kicks, ladies and gentlemen. So we in at full time. It was 3-3, North Georgia United and Forest Rovers. We will now go to spot kicks.
Yep, it's a cup competition, so you have to have a winner. It's a preseason one-off game.
Who is going to lift this trophy?
And the referee's discussing the format as we wait. But what a game, though, Larry. It's been very entertaining from start to finish. Lots of action in front of goal.
It's been very, very competitive for both of these teams.
North Georgia coming all the way down here to Doraville, Georgia from Calhoun. Their men's game has been postponed this evening, along with Dalton United and Georgia Revolution, due to the impending storms that we're expecting in the area. Severe weather is expected. And so the different teams are going to be discussing their strategies for the spot kicks. And we'll get the decision here between the captains. We'll see who's going to start first. But almost a fitting into a game that's been played so evenly. So the inaugural game for the women. Forest Rovers, of course, in the green. Dalton United in the all-white here.
And it was a great match. So just to recap, first goal of the UPSL Georgia Women's Community Cup comes in the 3rd minute from number 9, Bracino. That is followed up in the 17th minute for Forest Rovers, number 9, Ramos Pacheco, in the 17th minute. Then immediately in the 20th minute, the captain for the Forest Rovers, number 23, Davis, with the goal. In the 47th minute, we start the second half. Number 3, Ferrer for North Georgia. Then in the 57th minute, we believe it was number 2, Dixon, with the goal for North Georgia to take the lead. And then to come back and get the draw was number 12, Castillo, in the 63rd minute, as we start to get a little bit of lightning off in the distance. Hopefully that doesn't stop us.
Yeah, I'd hate to
for
see it
these
stop
spot
there
kicks,
now.
as we're just getting final little setups and understanding.
Yeah, I'm not sure which end.
Center official is just making, I think she's just kind of going over the rules for the spot kick and making sure that the goalie has to keep at least 1 foot on the line as they are ready to take
Right.
the attempt.
This is a good opportunity for the referees. We talk about how this is pro development for the players, both in the men's and women, but it's also the same for the referees. These are amateur referees that are trying to get to the next level. Our center ref is a pro, and so she's a teaching mentor for these other referees that are with her today.
And that is one thing that we are very, very fortunate for down here in the UPSL Georgia Conference, where we have some of those professional referees that come back and mentor these younger referees that are trying to get to the next level.
Exactly.
As so many people are so focused on the play on the field, they forget that it's the referee staff, whether you're in soccer or that other football game or basketball or whatever, you need those professional referees that make the game happen.
Yeah, I mean, some people consider it unglamorous, but the game doesn't go forward without them. And so, you know, if you're going to have them, you want to have the best possible around, and they have to learn just like the players do as they, you know, gain an experience in games like this, in leagues like this.
See the North Georgia United squad there on screen, just getting some last-minute instructions. The Rovers squad is making their way out to the central line.
Yeah, we even see up in the goal map there the last instructions even for the referees.
You see our center official just going over it with the AR that will be on the line, making sure that the keeper does their job.
And now the part of the game that is going to be nerve-wracking for the ones participating, particularly taking the spot kicks.
This is where you throw out all the training and leave it up to luck.
Yep. Now this is interesting. The goalkeeper is going to be the first one to step up to the spot for Forest Rovers, it looks like. Oh, no, they're just going to get in their place. Sorry.
Get in place.
I was looking for something interesting there. And they're getting their instructions too. What can and cannot be allowed. I'm not even sure who would have the advantage in a situation like this of these two teams. And it will be North Georgia going first.
It'll be Alanes that'll be on the line first.
Do you want your best forward up first or last is the question.
Easily put in the back of the net for the first goal.
She went with power and not placement. So North Georgia gets the advantage to start up.
Gonzalez gets in goal for North Georgia, and Forest Rovers steps up now to get their chance.
That's an easy tap away for the Rovers.
Really just hit it by there. It's interesting, neither one of the keepers have attempted a dive either way. It seems like they're trying to react, and I'm not sure that that's going to work for them. The reaction time is going to have to be so quick. It's almost as if you really need to go ahead and make a decision which way you're going to go, and as soon as they come forward, just go in that direction. One apiece. Oh,
that one
perfect.
Put in top netting by Bracino.
Yeah, you can't get that one. Power and placement there.
We're 2-1 now. Forest Rovers.
Oh.
That side netting, just not able to get to it, is Gonzalez.
She guessed
We're
right.
2-2.
Perfect so far for both sides. So the question is, as you go further along, the pressure gets more and more.
And puts that one away, makes it 3-2.
So I guess the strategy so far for all of them really is just to take your time and get it on frame. They're trusting that they can evade the goalkeeper.
Flanagan coming up to take it for the Rovers. We're perfect through 5 so far. She puts it into the side netting with ease to be the 6th.
Wrong-footed Gonzalez there. And you know, as they do these attempts, the ones waiting to come up to take a shot are kind of doing their own calculations by what they see.
Getting more and more nervous as Escobar gets ready.
No one wants to be the one to miss.
Oh, what a save from Chastain!
She tried to go and make the keeper go the other way and then just tap it in, but it backfired on her on that occasion.
Escobar trying to lift it into the box, but gave enough of a air to it to allow Chastain to get to it. I was noticing Chastain kind of limping her way back over to the side there. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that could be a factor.
She took a solid hit on the ground when she saved that. Can the Rovers? Oh, straight
perfect.
down the gut, take the lead. It's 4-3.
Now you have to convert and stay in this.
Jezerum stepping up. She had a very challenging 90 minutes with Chastain, or excuse me, Castillo. She gets it past Chastain. Now this all comes down to one last hit for the Rovers. Put this away, and it is done. And who comes up but the captain, number 23, Davis.
I'm sure that was pre-planned for her to be the last if it went this far.
If Davis misses, we go on to sudden death.
Yep. All rides here. This could be it.
Oh, and
it's
it's through.
through.
Gonzalez got it right, but she cannot keep it out. It's in the back of the net, and the Forest Rovers are going to win on penalties here for the inaugural UPSL Georgia Community Cup.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think they understood that was it. They were waiting for the referee to give the signal. But, yeah, that clinched it for Forest Rovers. And what a great opening match for the league here in the Community Cup. Forest Rovers, both of these teams will play in the summer season here in the UPSL Georgia. And Forest Rovers will come into this season with a trophy already. And as you said earlier, Larry, there is a national championship that has been set up for the women this season, first time. And there's a cash prize with it. And so all that's left now is the trophy presentation.
And that national final will be played in a professional NWSL stadium. You'll find out more. We got a little prelude to where it's going to be. We are excited. Maybe we even have an opportunity as ASMG to be a part of that. This was a fantastic match for the women to showcase what they can do here in the UPSL. 3 goals apiece. We go to spot kicks, and Forest Rovers put away all 5 and win in penalty kicks 5-4 to see.
And I think we get a little peek into, some of the players to watch for in the summer, what these teams might do coming into the summer season. So they'll play a full regular season, and then there'll be playoffs afterwards. And then the winner of those playoffs could qualify for the national championship game. And that's quite an opportunity for these girls because they're going to be seen now by the pro coaches. Sometimes college coaches will be looking because they're trying to, beef up their programs. So the pathway can go through college. It could go through pro. The possibilities are limitless now. Are we starting this up?
We just finished off a few weeks back as we watched the men's national tournament in the Premier Division as it was over there in Irvine, California. Soda City FC winning back-to-back national championship trophies.
First time
ever done. Got to see some of their trip through to the national tournament right here on ASMG TV.
Yeah, and even I believe Jason Longshore got a chance to speak to some officials there at Soda City about the back-to-back. And of course, they also are in the U.S. Open Cup. And they're advancing there, so they still have a lot to play for in this season.
Patrick Roach with a few words as he's going to hand out the hardware.
And
always happy to contribute.
Yeah, Patrick is well known for his wonderful speeches, and he gives a lot of praise to these players in all the leagues, and whether it's the youth or the women or the men. And Patrick Roach, we'll have him on the Center Circle podcast at some point this season. We're going to talk about early because we want to get him early part of the Division I season, talk about the teams there.
And this is a great opportunity to see Forest Rovers back in the UPSL Georgia Conference.
Yeah.
Like you said, they were a part of the conference when it was just Division I. We haven't seen them for a couple seasons.
Right. Yeah.
Now to see them back with their women's squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing to see. There's a sense of satisfaction watching this develop, and it just opens up opportunities. And you like to see it with the men, you like to see it with the women. We also have an academy season starting this fall with the U13s, U15s, and U17s, and so all of these things are happening.
UPSL is growing significantly right now. Soccer is getting a lot more eyes here in America with the Club World Cup, the World Cup,
USS Nationals headquarters here in the
Nationals
Atlanta.
Yeah, that will open up very, very soon.
It's all happening down here. We have 14 teams in our Premier Division for men. We have 20 in Division 1.
And many, many more that are just waiting to come on board.
Yeah, and there's spoiler alert, there might be the opportunity to divide the state in two. And there's some states that do that because of the number of teams and the geography. For instance, Texas and Florida, California.
You see Castillo getting her
women of the match, I would say.
Yes, definitely so. She was the one.
Oh, now we wait. Here is the trophy raising here. Okay. Gather around.
Of course, Patrick with a few more words of encouragement to Chastain. She will receive.
Here we go. Come on, girls. Yeah. There you go. That's how you do
properly.
it.
And your 2025 inaugural UPSL Women's Community Cup champions, Forest Rovers FC. Well, that is going to do it today for us here at Silverbacks Park. We do have a few matches that are going to be happening in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division this evening. Again, like we said earlier in the match and throughout the match, the teams that were supposed to play up north, those matches have been postponed due to inclement weather. So the North Georgia United versus FC Columbus match and the Dalton United versus Georgia Revolution match, both of those matches have been postponed. You look at the other matches that were to be played, or that will be played today. And that will be tomorrow, and it will be at 4 o'clock. Albion SC will travel to UMA. There will be a doubleheader. SSL will welcome Pachuca, Georgia. And at 7:30, Kalanji Pro Profile will welcome Fountain City FC. And at 7 o'clock over at Marietta High School, it will be Potros FC taking on Lamino, Georgia. So it'll be the end of the day for UPSL Georgia action, as those two matches up north will be canceled due to the weather. And we'll kick it off tomorrow. We will have that doubleheader, SSL and Pachuca and Kalanji and Fountain City, here on ASMG TV on our YouTube and our Rumble channels.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, share, and you'll never miss any of the action because you'll get notifications about our live streams, podcast release, highlights. We always do highlights of our games that we do. And then, of course, there are special features like interviews with the likes of former U.S. Men's National Champion player Paul Caligiuri, former Pro Profile player, and now Carolina Core player Anthony Sumo, and many other interviews like that. So you get a sort of behind-the-scenes coverage with ASMG.
Well, that'll do it for us here at Silverbacks Park. For Andre Bomar, I've been Larry Weaver. Thank you for watching ASMG TV. We'll see you next time here on ASMG TV. Like and subscribe.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.